Hey y'all, this is Mr. Pepin, and for our 6th week of online math, we are going to be looking at the standard division algorithm. Last week, we solved division problems using the partial quotient method. This week, we are going to look at a different strategy that will allow us to solve through for division problems. Let's start with an easy example. On the left, I have a division problem written out as you would normally see it. 63 divided by 3. On the right, I have the same problem now laid out in our standard division algorithm. The 63 is exactly the same. The 3 is exactly the same. The only thing that's different is the symbol we are using. This symbol here on the right is what we use in the standard division algorithm to divide. It looks like half a box. This symbol that looks like half a box means to divide. But just what are we dividing? Now we're going to take a little time to define some key terms. 63 divided by 3. 63 is what we call our dividend. It is the number that is being divided into groups. The 3 is what we call our divisor. This is the number of groups we are dividing the dividend into. In our standard division algorithm, the dividend always goes inside the box. The divisor, in this case 3, always goes outside the box. Now we're going to look at how we use this standard algorithm to solve division problems. There's a couple things to keep in mind as we solve through. We start from the left and we divide all the way to the right. We take it one place value at a time. So if we are starting from the left, our first place value is 3, and our next is 6, which then brings us to step 2. We ask ourselves, does the outside digit, 3, fit perfectly into the inside digit, 6? In other words, if we skip count by 3, can we reach 6? I have 6 divided by 3 written out. 6 divided by 3 equals something is the same thing as something times 3 equals 6. Let's see if we can reach 6, skip counting by groups of 3. One group of 3 is 3. 2 groups of 3 is 6, which means 3 times 2 equals 6, or 6 divided by 3 equals 2. Watch closely now. The 2 goes on top, and because 3 fits perfectly into 6, we do not have anything remaining. So we cross out the 6. 6 minus 6 equals 0. We have nothing remaining. And that brings us to our last step. Bring down the next digit. We've taken care of the digit 6, which means our next digit is 3. So let's bring that down. We are left with 3 divided by 3. Read the number on the bottom exactly as it is. It is 3 divided by 3. Does 3 fit perfectly into 3? In other words, if we skip count by 3, can we reach 3? If we look right here, we've already found that out. Yes, we can. One group of 3 equals 3. In other words, 3 divided by 3 equals 1, which means we do not have anything left over. So we cross out the 3 and are left with 0 remainders, which means 63, our dividend, divided by 3, our divisor, gives us an answer of 21. Now, the fancy word for this answer is quotient, but no need to worry so much about that term as of now. Now let's move on to a slightly harder example. Let's look at dividing with a 3-digit dividend. We have a dividend of 425. We know it's the dividend because it's inside the box. We have a divisor of 5. And now we divide one place value at a time. Our first place value inside the box is 4. So we are left with this equation, 4 divided by 5. Now let's ask ourselves, does the outside digit, 5, fit perfectly into the inside digit, 4? Well, let's check by skip counting. One group of 5 makes 5, and we're already over 4. 5 does not fit into 4. So now watch closely as to what we do. Because 5 does not fit into 4, we are left with a remainder of 4. Five can't fit into 4, which means the closest we can get to 4 is 5 times 0. Anything times 0 is 0. And if the closest we can get to 4 is 0, then that means we are left with a remainder of 4. Let's go to the next step. Bring down the next digit, which is a 2. And now we are left with, read the number exactly as it is, 42 divided by 5. Let's ask ourselves, does 5 fit perfectly into 42? Let's check by skip counting. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. The closest we can get to 42, skip counting by 5, is 40. And we get there with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups of 5. So how much is remaining? Well, let's take 42 and let's subtract as close as we could get, 40. In doing that, we are left with a remainder of 42 minus 40, 2. We're not done just yet, though. We have one more digit. 5 is our last digit, and as the last step says, we have to bring it down. Read the number exactly as it is now, 25, and then ask yourself, does 5 fit perfectly into 25? In other words, if we skip count by 5, can we reach 25? Let's check over here since we've already written out so many groups of 5. It looks like 25 is one of our multiples. 5 does fit perfectly into 25. How many groups, though? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In other words, 5 groups of 5 makes 25, which means we do not have anything remaining. 25 minus 25 equals, 25 minus 25 equals 0. Now, here's our problem. 425, the dividend, divided by 5, the divisor, gives us an answer of 85. Last but not least, we are now going to look at a division problem with a dividend of 4 digits. 6,188 divided by 4. Step 1, we take it one place value at a time. We are left with 6 divided by 4. Let's ask ourselves, does 4 fit perfectly into 6? Let's see. Let's skip count by 4. 4, 8, and we're already over, which means the closest we can get to 6, skip counting by 4, is 4. In other words, 4 times 1 is 4. Our next step, we have to ask, how much is remaining? Well, 6 minus 4 equals 2. Last step, bring down the next digit. We've taken care of the 6. Now let's bring down the 1. Read the number exactly as it is, 21. And then let's ask ourselves, does 4 fit perfectly into 21? Let's double check. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and 24. So it looks like the closest we could get to 21, skip counting by 4, without going over, is 20. And we get to 20 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of 4. The 5 goes on top, and then we ask ourselves, how much is remaining? 21 minus 20 gives us a remainder of 1. Let's go to our next step. Bring down the next digit. We've taken care of the 6. We've taken care of the 1. Now we bring down the 8. Read the number exactly as it is. 18 divided by 4. How close can we get to 18, skip counting by 4, without going over? We already have it written out here, so let's just look at our skip counted groups of 4. It looks like the closest we can get to 18 without going over is 16. And we get to 16, skip counting by 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 4. The 4 goes on top, and then we ask ourselves, how much is remaining? 18 minus 16, as close as we could get, gives us a remainder of 2. Last step, bring down the next digit. We've taken care of the 6, we've taken care of the 1, we've taken care of the 8, now we just have the last digit, 8. We bring that down. Read the number exactly as it is. We have 28. Let's ask ourselves, does 4, the outside digit, fit perfectly into 28? In other words, if we skip count by 4, can we reach 28? Let's look here. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Let's see if we can get closer. Add an extra group of 4, and we get 28. 4 fits perfectly into 28. And we get there with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 groups of 4. The 7 goes on top, and then we ask ourselves, how much is remaining? Since 4 fit perfectly into 28, we are left with 0 remaining, which means we have just solved this problem. 6,188 divided by 4 gives us an answer of 1,547. We've now solved division problems with 2-digit dividends, 63, 3-digit dividends, 425, and 400 dividends, 6,188. Now it's your turn. For your assignment on Google Classroom, you are going to have to solve a couple problems using the standard division algorithm. Slides 4 through 8 are going to include example problems with 2, 3, and 4-digit dividends. You are going to solve through using the hints that are given. That's part 1 of our assignment. Part 2 is a math story. You are going to have to analyze this math story and then solve. Hint, there are multiple operations used. Last but not least, you get to choose. You are given a division problem, and you get to choose whether you want to use the partial quotient method or the standard division algorithm. And then simply tell me, how are these strategies alike, and which do you prefer to use? Good luck, class. I know you